All right, I am at the St. Louis Amtrak station, and with that, I have taken the stupid way from Alton to St. Louis. But Stormy, you might say, you don't live in St. Louis, and that's right, I don't. I need to get home to Chicago, and I'm also doing that in a stupid way. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, I expected an actual bus, not a van. So this bus goes from here to Carbondale. Leaves here at 11 p.m., gets to Carbondale at 1 a.m. And I was kind of hoping for an actual bus, but no, it's just this van. So this is going to be interesting. We're about halfway through the trip at a little truck stop for a little rest stop, stretch our legs. I cannot believe this. Like, nowhere does it say Amtrak or any sort of transportation service. It's literally just an unmarked van. I mean, I guess this says track in it. I guess does that count? And like, this was not cheap either. This was like in the realm of $40. And I feel like that's kind of a lot, even if this was like a full-on coach bus. It just feels like a lot for this trip. But $40 for a little van, it's insane. Yeah, and we're at full capacity. There's 10 people in there. Someone's sitting in the in shotgun, and they were very smart because that's probably the best seat in the house. Yeah, so you got the driver, passenger, and then you've got 3 kind of bench seats with 3 people each in it. This is not what I expected to be on, but here we are. This is contracted out, I believe. So you buy the ticket through Amtrak, but I believe they contract the operations out, because when you buy it, it says executive transportation, which I think is the operator of the actual service. Well, I might as well get back in. Oh, no. There it is, executive transportation. I don't know if you can see it very well, but the glass is cracked. Yeah, like over this way. That was an experience I'm glad to have had, and I'm going to be glad to never have again. First off, again, the price feels really high, especially for, it's a 2-hour trip on a little van. $40 just feels very high, especially when the train ticket from Chicago to St. Louis is cheaper than $40, and it takes longer than 2 hours. So I don't know if maybe this service isn't subsidized by the state like the train services are. Maybe that's why it's so expensive. I mean, regardless of the price, it seems to be busy. Like, we were completely full at capacity, 10 passengers including me, all crammed in this van. I don't know if that's the typical demand or if this was an outlier, but maybe if it is typical, maybe they should think about using some vehicle maybe with extra capacity, whatever that may be. As a service, though, it makes sense. It's to connect passengers in St. Louis with the city of New Orleans here in Carbondale, specifically the one going south, because that one is supposed to arrive in about 20-30 minutes, and so that's the main transfer that this is designed for. You can transfer to the northbound, which is what I'm doing, but you're gonna have to stay here for like a couple hours. At least for now. I know they're changing the City of New Orleans schedule. Currently, as I'm filming this, you can use it to connect to both directions. And then after the northbound comes through, this bus will go back to St. Louis. So it's connecting the northbound City of New Orleans with St. Louis. So as a service, it makes sense. It was really cramped in there. The seats were fine, but again, it was just cramped and not great, but relatively short ride, so it wasn't the worst. Probably not something I would do again. If anybody else has gone on an Amtrak throughway bus and it's turned out to be something like this, please let me know in the comments, because this is the first time I've ever seen or heard any of Amtrak's bus services using a van like this.